Hey everyone, my name is Spencer Barrett. I am the co-owner of Great Lakes Clothing. We are a Minneapolis-based apparel brand. We started in 2011 when I was a senior in college at the University of Minnesota. My business partner David went to St. Thomas, and we connected on the idea, like I said, in college, and it was all just around the way that we grew up, which was being up at the cabin and around the lake with friends and family. That is really the foundation to our childhood and where the best memories that we had were. And so we saw an opportunity in the apparel world. We didn't feel like there was anything that really represented those traditions and that culture that we came from around the lake and in the outdoors. So we set out to create it, and we've been doing it now for 8 years, and it's evolved in a lot of ways, but it really comes back to that love for the outdoors and being around the lake with the people that matter most. Favorite part of my job, probably from a day-to-day perspective, the photo shoots are probably the most fun part of my job. It typically involves going to a beautiful cabin or a lake or someplace and just doing the things that we really like to do and where our clothes are worn. So it's usually just a really fun time with friends and just enjoying a day on the lake. Well, I would say there's a lot of challenging things that come up with owning an apparel business or really any business. I would say from an entrepreneurship perspective, I think finding that work-life balance is really difficult. When you do something you love and it's your thing, you kind of just, it doesn't necessarily always feel like work, and you just want to kind of keep going at it, and you have to find that balance, especially now being at home so much more, finding that separation between the work that you do and the life that you live outside of work. When I was in college, I went to the business school at the U of M, and a lot of the people, kind of the culture there was, you go through your classes, you get an internship at one of the big local companies like Target or 3M, those types of companies. And so I kind of fell in line there, and I did the interview processes, and I interviewed with Target and for a role that didn't really excite me, but it was what I felt like was kind of the path. And I ended up not getting that job, which ended up being kind of a blessing in disguise, because probably 6 months later, I connected with David on this idea for Great Lakes and having it be focused around something that we are really passionate about and kind of taking a different route. But it ended up being, I can't imagine any other situation that I'd rather be in. So it worked out, but so kind of just jumped right into it right out of college and haven't really looked back since. I would say just with your career path in general, I think you should start with where your passions are. Whether that is if you want to do something on your own, start your own business, or go work for a company that already exists. I think just finding something that you care deeply about, because you are going to be spending so much time on it, and it might as well be something that you love doing and are passionate about and care a lot about. So especially if you're going to be going into the entrepreneurship world, it can be a grind and like I said, a lot of work. So to be passionate about something and really care about what you're doing, it'll make work a lot more enjoyable.